Star Wars and ancient Rome have more in common than you think. So as many of you know, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and when you compare it to ancient Rome, there's a lot of similarities. Let's start with something basic, right? The Senate, the Galactic Senate in Star Wars, is clearly based on the Senate of the Roman Republic, which set all the laws and basically governed the Republic for hundreds of years. Unlike the Senate in Star Wars, the Roman one was full of corruption. But it's not just the Senate. Take the Clone Wars, for example. During the final years of the Roman Republic, there were many brutal civil wars between Caesar, Pompey, Octavian, the ruling elite, and not just that, but several uprisings from the many peoples that Rome had conquered over the years. The whole system, bit by bit, was collapsing from the inside. Then there's Palpatine, easily, if you ask me, the greatest villain in fiction. During his time as Supreme Chancellor, Palpatine was basically Julius Caesar, making the most of his emergency powers, which kept growing, of course, over time, and extending his time in power long after his term was supposed to have expired. Palpatine also draws a lot from Augustus, who of course transformed the Republic into the Empire under the pretext of restoring order. And of course, let's not forget
Order 66.
Which wasn't just something made up out of the blue. Order 66 is very similar to two chapters from the history of ancient Rome, one of them being the proscription of Sulla. When Sulla became the dictator of Rome, he basically posted a hit list, including many of the supporters of his archenemy, Marius. Overnight, countless enemies of the state, as they were now called, were wiped off the map, securing Sulla's dictatorship. But there's another event which I'd say is even more similar to Order 66. When Emperor Constantine the Great died, his son, Constantius II, who was extremely paranoid, ordered his men to kill his own uncles and cousins, who were high-ranking officers in the Roman military. Once the order was given, it didn't take long for soldiers to turn on the very generals that they had fought beside for years, just like the clone troopers did to the Jedi. So there you have it. Star Wars isn't just space fantasy. Its roots are much more ancient. Just replace the Gladius with a lightsaber.